We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well, for that is the only price of admission for our live streams. Nanny's Taking the World, Renee Suzanne, Louis B. Fishing, Sugar Shane's Topics. Thank you so much for pulling up, guys. Those are my moderators. Those are my blues. I appreciate you guys. And also Benny. What's going on, Benny? One of my members pulled up as well to the live stream to help out and just to be a part of the chat. Guys, go ahead and communicate with one another. Brutal honesty only, and try not to bully anybody in the chat. You know, if you see somebody being over the top, disrespectful, or just they're just here to cause ruckus, then just give just let me know that they're in the building so that I can acknowledge them. And when it gets too much, we'll just get rid of them, or hopefully they'll fix their attitude and say, you know what? Today, I want to have a good day. Guys, please do me a favor and just let me know one thing that you are grateful for inside of the chat. That would be extremely appreciated. One thing I am grateful for. I am grateful for water. I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. I'm grateful that our country is not at war with one another. I'm grateful that things are moving in the right direction as far as the presidency and this administration. I'm grateful for that. All right. I said a prayer this morning, and Lord, I hope you hear me, Lord. I hope you answer that prayer, Father. We got a couple of things to discuss today. Trump blasts Venezuela, a Venezuelan drug boat. 11 people were killed in this blast. Apparently, they were some narco folk people delivering drugs again, and that was live on camera. While doing so, we're going to talk about Ilhan Omar, how she went from having a net worth of minus 45,000 in 2019 to today, in 2025, her net worth is $30 million. It seems like she's following suit of other Democratic politicians, and they are giving her and her family the cheat codes in order to build their wealth. Shout out to Nancy Pelosi and the Clintons. We're also going to talk about a few other things as well. But feel free to go ahead and comment, guys. And everybody that's inside of the LFR family content creators, we will have a group call today. We want to have two. We're going to have one at 11:30 a.m. EST. And that one will not last longer than an hour because I have some business I need to square away today. And we're also going to have an 8 p.m. EST group call as well. Anybody that want to be a part of that, please make sure that you get the course that's in the descriptions in the very first link. And if you want to hear anything else about our services, please contact me with VIP and we can have that conversation as well. I look forward to seeing you guys. All right. First up to bat is Charlie Kirk having a conversation with this young guy. I thought this was a brilliant conversation. And I love how he goes out of his way to be extremely respectful to these young people when he's having these conversations, man. He's not there to just destroy them with his level of intellect. He's actually there to make sure that they have a thorough understanding of his point of view, so that when they walk away from the conversation, they can feel like they were a part of an actual conversation and not just a debate. And they can share that information with not only their friends, but their loved ones, in hopes that more people who fall on opposite sides of the debate when it comes to trans issues or LGBTQ issues or black versus white issues or Republican versus Democrat issues, they will have a better understanding. They will at least hear people out. So I want to introduce y'all to this video right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Without further wait, let's go ahead and get into it.
I have a brother who's been transgender for 10 years. He has never once taken advantage of anybody. He has never once pushed that on anybody else other than asking us to just respect his expression.
So it's a sister that became a brother, is that fair? Or?
My brother, yes.
Yes, your sister, so yeah.
So...
I refuse to lie. No, again,
okay.
I refuse to lie. You have a sister that is masquerading as a man. What makes your sister a man?
I'm talking social here. We're talking merely social construct because, yes, he has a vagina, and he knows he has a vagina.
Wait, did you say he has a vagina as a self-contradictory phase? Can't exist. Can't happen.
Why can't somebody just be happy?
Okay, that's...
Now, I love that facts. I love that so far. So this young man, he's really trying to protect his sister's heart, and his sister believes that she is now a boy. So he calls her, out of respect for his family and how they love his sister, he calls her his brother. And I love how Charlie Kirk is not letting him slide. Charlie Kirk heard him say he has a vagina, and he says, come on, man, that's an oxymoron. You can't really say that and mean it. How can you possibly say that and mean it? So this young man is really about to learn something, and he's learning something in a delicate way. And I hope y'all learn something from this as well, because regardless if we're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, we can learn a lot from just watching conversations between these young people. Because Charlie Kirk is extremely intelligent, but something that he's doing is he's being delicate in this conversation, so that this young man walks away with a lesson and not just pissed off and highly upset about anybody who disagrees with his family's ways or thoughts. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. Thank you so much, D. Brandt, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. So much love, man. So much love early in the morning. It's just, Lord, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, that's fine. She is allowed to do whatever she wants.
Okay, no, let's talk about
the problem is all of a sudden I have to use different pronouns that are not rooted in reality. Number two, we have to teach it to our kids, which is insane. It's all throughout our curriculum. And then most importantly, though, is that we have to act as if we are living in a dimension where you can transition to be another sex when you obviously cannot. Where if you take enough hormones, or if you put enough makeup, or you wear the right costume, you can appropriate the other sex, which is insulting to men, and it's insulting to women. And it is the most non-stop naked war on nature that the humanity has ever embarked upon.
Before we go on, I must agree with that. I believe that by these men and women cosplaying as the opposite sex and opposite gender, I believe is highly disrespectful to the gender that they're trying to become or act as if they are. They're trying to proclaim that gender for themselves, and they aren't that. Men need to understand that it's very difficult to be a woman. Women need to understand that it's very difficult to be a man. Even if you feel something other than what you are, and you want to express yourself in that manner, you can feel free to do just that. But demanding that other people acknowledge you as your new identity, or else you go under scrutiny, you get reported, or you are deemed as someone who is homophobic or transphobic. Now that's when it becomes petty and disrespectful, because we don't have to play along simply because that is currently your reality. And when we say your reality, that's a stretch too, because it's still not real that you are what you claim to be. And I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice, but I'm trying my best to be extremely diplomatic with my, not only my tone, but the words that come out of my mouth, because I believe that's us being responsible, right? So if one of my kids or if one of your kids were to come up to you, and I'm talking about for years, not just one day, just say it, but come up to you for years and express to you that they don't believe they are the gender they were born as, or they feel like there's something other than what they were born as. Being that we love our children and we love our grandchildren, we would treat this topic a little differently. We will still stand on our principles, and we will still explain to them how life truly is, but we won't be as difficult. We won't allow them to live in delusion, but at the same time, we won't be as difficult with them as we are with other people. All right. I will probably come off as a little disrespectful. Just letting you know this right now. If it were me, and this is the reason why I will come off as a little disrespectful. I will come off as a little disrespectful because I will not play along. I will acknowledge that they want that or that they feel this way. But if you are a boy, even if you're dressed as a young lady and you're doing everything that a young lady does and you sound like a young lady and all these things, but you're still a boy, I'm still going to call you what you were born as. And that right there will be the disrespectful part to them, to the person that want us to treat them in a certain manner. But when you stand on principle, you got to find a respectful and loving way to explain to people that they are perfect the way that they are. How they were born was not a mistake. I love you how you are, no matter what. But what I won't do is be a cog in this whole delusion wheel that you're trying to spin. That's not what I'm going to do. All right. I will protect your feelings. I will protect your heart from other people, from being disrespectful. But at the end of the day, I won't play along at all. But I will still be the loving father, grandfather, uncle, cousin that you want me to be. I'm just not playing along, because when we play along, we are acknowledging that God is a liar. When we play along, we are telling the Lord that he did make a mistake. When we play along, we are going against our own morals, our own integrity, our own character, our own principles, the value that we bestow upon people. We go against that when we play along, but we can still protect it with by being positive and respectful to people who are going through these mental situations. And I say mental situation because that's exactly what it is. I believe scientists or doctors have already labeled it as mental dysphoria. And I do realize that when you tell somebody that they are dealing with mental dysphoria, they will get pissed off, not only because they don't understand the term, but because you said it and because you won't acknowledge who they told you they are. So, yeah, that's my 2 pennies for that right there. Okay, let's continue.
Embarked upon. I could tell that you love your sibling. Let's just agree it's your sibling, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I might come across as harsh and cruel and unreasonable. The reason I come across as blunt as I do is that I actually, believe it or not, have a heart for people that are suffering. I don't think you suffer by accommodating what they think that they have. Instead, you challenge them to be a better version of themselves. Mm-hmm. Whatever might be, making your sibling go towards gender dysphoria, we might not know the root cause. Yeah. But however, we do know this. that over a period of time, if someone's identity is in their sin, you end up suffering long term. We don't say, hey, I committed adultery, I'm an adulterer. You go around like, oh, I'm an adulterer or I'm a compulsive gambler. You don't identify with your sin. The promise of Christianity is that we all fall short of the glory of God. And Jesus went on a rescue mission to save us from our sins so that we can live forever with him.
That is beautiful. Charlie Kirk just now earned some points for me. I got to double this. Listen, what they say, rewind selector. You know how the DJs do. Rewind selector. That was absolutely beautiful, man. That was awesome. Guys, I don't know if y'all really heard what he said, but that was awesome. When we parallel park in our sin, and when we adapt, or when we adopt our sin, and then we label ourselves as that sin, we are dead wrong. We can't just say, like me as a married man, I'm 27 years old. If I slip up and I end up being with somebody and commit adultery, I can't say, well, now I'm an adulterer. My wife has to respect that. I am who I am. The Lord made me this way. I know we signed up for it to be a one-on-one thing and for me not to step outside of this marriage. But when I stepped out, it felt right. It felt like that's what I should be doing. And you can't leave me from this, and you can't hold me accountable for it. That right there was dope, man. You can't just say I'm an adulterer now. I'm a killer now. You know, I'm a sinner. And like he said, we were all born in sin, shaped in iniquity. But we were all sculpted by the Lord in his likeness because we were born perfectly. We were born with our own stuff. Some of us were born with one leg. Some of us was born with two. Some of us was born with less fingers than others. Some of us was born not able to see through the eyes that are in our head and not able to speak with the mouth that's on our face. But we were born perfectly according to how the Lord created us. We still have our gifts, our talents, our abilities and everything. But naturally, how we are is how we were supposed to be. All right. So I love this. I got to play it one more time. I got to play this small part one more time for the people in the back who did not hear it, because this is absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to my people on Twitch who are following. Shout out to my people on Kick. And shout out to my folk on X who always share my posts on X. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal, man. All right, let's go.
That I actually, believe it or not, have a heart for people that are suffering. I don't think you suffer by accommodating what they think that they have. Instead, you challenge them to be a better version of themselves. Mm-hmm. Whatever might be, making your sibling go towards gender dysphoria, we might not know the root cause. Yeah. But however, we do know this, that over a period of time, if someone's identity is in their sin, you end up suffering long term. We don't say, hey, I committed adultery, I'm an adulterer. You go around like, oh, I'm an adulterer or I'm a compulsive gambler. You don't identify with your sin. The promise of Christianity is that we all fall short of the glory of God. And Jesus went on a rescue mission to save us from our sins so that we can live forever with him.
Okay. Yeah, that was good. That was good. How can you be pissed off at this brother after laying down points like that? Shout out to Charlie Kirk. This is probably the best video I've ever seen from Charlie Kirk, I have to say. And I know y'all have seen some other ones that were brilliant, but this one right here, for me, is the best one because he showed God's love to somebody who came there to fight and came there to act as if their way is the only way. My sister is my brother, period. Not only have they accepted it, but the whole family has. Do you realize how delusional everybody's walking around their house playing make-believe? All for the sake of one person in the house so that they can feel comfortable with themselves? No, you're doing yourself and them a disservice by not instilling in them how powerful they are naturally and who they naturally are. If you don't correct them, you're part of the problem. That's like being with one of your friends, hanging out with one of your friends, and they're promiscuous. They're always trying to be with this, that, and the third, this person and that person. They're always sleeping around. They always got their legs open, or they always got their ding-a-ling going up in somebody who got their legs open. If we constantly support that, what do you think will happen? Do you think they'll become a better person, or do you think they'll become a worse person? Sometimes we go out with each other and we might have a drink, right? But let's say one of our friends or siblings or whoever we're out with, our significant other, decides to have 7 or 8 drinks every single time we go out. You mean to tell me that you're just going to say, well, that's just who they are? Or at some point, you're going to be like, let's not go anywhere that got drinks. Let's do something else. You know what I mean? Let's bring water with us. Let's go walking. You're going to switch it up a little bit because you love the person that you're hanging out with. You love the person that you're spending time with. You at least like them enough to want to see them live and not have their kidneys damaged by alcohol disease or anything like that. Or, you know what I mean? So it's when you see somebody going through something and they're going in the wrong direction, it would behoove us, all of us, to just try to redirect them, turn them around so that they can go in the right direction. And that's exactly what Charlie Kirk was doing in this video right here. I thought that was dope. All right, so before we get to our main story, I got one more. All right, so there's this TikToker who got up on TikTok and she is encouraging people in DC to go get their guns and kill the police. Yeah. She's encouraging the black people. She's saying, well, they're already coming around y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all got guns and they're coming over there trying to harass you. So since they're coming to harass you, give them what they're asking for. They want to see some violence. Show them some violence. Get them up out of here. I'll address this lady in a moment. Let's go ahead and check this out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. And thank you so much for being here this morning. Let me see. Thank y'all so much for being here this morning. Make sure y'all hit the like button. This is the Morning Vantage, episode number 93. And guys, just so y'all know, 93 episodes is not a short amount of episodes. That is literally 3 months worth of consistent episodes. Just think about if you were to start a podcast and you were to record one every single day for 3 months. Even if you missed a day, you did one for 3 months, 3 to 4 months. You were consistent in posting. At some point, you're going to find success. And I'm only saying that because I know some of you guys out there want to start a podcast. My advice to you is start one. Start one. There's nothing holding you back. If you're walking around with a phone, which most of us have, and most of our phones that we have operate as computers because they're so different than the ones that we had when we were coming up. As a matter of fact, when we were teenagers and young adults, there weren't any phones unless you're, 40, unless you're between 40 and 50. That's when we started to have phones, when we left the house. All right. But just start your podcast, record about anything, talk about how long it took for you to nurture the plants that's in your home. How long you've had the plants, how many times you watered them, how many times you go up and you trim them and you cut off the dead leaves and you turn the plant around so that it gets more sun or that it gets less sun. Like, it's anything you can talk about. You can talk about raising your children, whether you raise them properly or not. You can talk about operating a vehicle, or how long it took you to get your real estate license, how you studied for it, how long it took you to get your doctorate degree, or your experience in college, or your experience in relationships, anything. And the reason why I say that you should record on about these topics is because there are generations that came after you who need this information, and they need it from somebody who went through the bumpy roads, learned from them, and now have something to teach them. Because right now what's happening is they are learning from each other. And guess what? They are leading each other down a damn wrong path because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. If you go listen to any of these relationship podcasts with all these young people, they're just going around in a circle with horrible advice. Horrible advice. So just keep that in mind. If y'all were to start anything, you can record directly into your phone if you start a podcast. You don't have to do a video recording. You can just do audio. All right? Get into a quiet place and just record. All right? I'm not trying to tell y'all to start a YouTube channel. If you don't want to do that, don't. A lot of people don't want to start analytics. Sorry. It shows me that you guys know what you're talking about on a whole lot of topics. Okay. So consider reaching back and helping somebody else just with the information that you already have. All right. As they say, to whom much is given, much is required. All right. All right. So check this lady out right here, giving horrible advice to other black people, not realizing that if those black people take her advice in DC and they start shooting police, these people who take her advice will also be shot. Families will be broken up. The whole city will just be torn apart. And this young lady does not care. She just felt like this was smart to get on camera and say. As I said before, these young people are stupid as hell, and they continue to try to lead one another, and they are not qualified to do so because they haven't lived yet. They haven't gone through anything yet to give anybody any wisdom. So all they want to do is keep each other in the rat race, keep each other in mischief and turmoil because it makes them feel better. Check this out right here.
Black people in DC, get your and take care of them police officers like they should have been taken care of 50 years ago.
Y'all heard that, right? Hold on, let me play it one more time, just so y'all can hear exactly what she said, because she also don't realize that this is a crime. If somebody come across this, and depending on who comes across this, they can actually press charges, because the people that she's telling she wants to be shot, those are people with families. Those are men and women with families. Those are men and women with hopes and goals and aspirations and all those things. Those are actual tax-paying citizens. You know what I mean? So for her to say, go and kill them the way that we should have done it 50 years ago, I'm sorry, young lady, but the beginning of your whole revolutionary movement that you're trying to start is about to end very abruptly if this gets in the wrong hands. Just letting you know. The feds are kicking in people's doors who speak like this. Just letting you know. Listen to what she says again.
Black people in DC, get your and take care of them police officers like they should have been taken care of 50 years ago.
Black people, go get your guns and take care of these police the way they should have been taken care of 50 years ago. So damn dumb. So stupid. So stupid. And the TikTok ads that you see, I believe it's Patriot Pamsy. I don't believe that's her TikTok. I believe that's someone else's. Someone else reposted her TikTok. So I can't find out who this lady is, but when I do, I will let you guys know. But this is absolutely ridiculous. People of DC, go get your pium-piums and go pium-pium somebody the way we should have taken care of them 50 years ago. So stupid. So stupid. All right, let's talk about our president. All right. All right. So President Trump, he went ahead and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He's trying to stop this whole drug epidemic that Venezuela is allowing to happen. He said earlier this morning, this was yesterday when he said it. He said earlier this morning, on my orders, U.S. military forces conducted a kinetic strike against positively identified Tren de Agua narco terrorists in the Southcom area of responsibility. TDA is a designated foreign terrorist organization operating under the control of Nicolas Maduro, responsible for mass murder, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, and acts of violence and terror across the United States and the Western Hemisphere. The strike occurred while the terrorists were at sea in international waters transporting illegal narcotics heading to the United States. The strike resulted in 11 terrorists killed in action. No U.S. forces were harmed in this strike. Please let this serve as a notice to anybody even thinking about bringing drugs into the United States of America. Beware. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He was serious. He caught them boys riding over and he lit their tails up. But the wild thing is, this isn't even the wild thing, man. The wild thing is all of the people who are trying to take up for them. Check this out. Kenneth Roth says drug trafficking is a crime, not an act of war. Traffickers must be arrested, not summarily executed, which U.S. forces just illegally did. Not realizing that Kenneth is taking up for the drug traffickers. Kenneth, brother, relax. You are not the lawyers for these drug traffickers. When they bring their drugs over, a U.S. citizen will be harmed by it and killed by it. Drug dealers will kill each other over the money that they make and the drugs that they sell because of Venezuela. The drugs coming over here causes a way bigger problem than the 11 drug dealers that were on the boat trying to deliver the drugs. Why is he trying to take up for them? Adam Isaacson says, lethal force against a civilian vessel in international waters is a war crime, if not in self-defense, which the video does not show. Only non-lethal actions like warning shots or disabling fire are allowed. Being suspected of carrying drugs doesn't carry a death sentence. Almost as if he's speaking as if we haven't done our due diligence. We haven't done our homework. Ed Krasenstein said, all I can say is that I hope Trump is using actual evidence that these are actual drug traffickers and gang members in Venezuela, unlike what he did with the 280 immigrants whom he sent to Secot prison for being gang members without any legitimate evidence in many cases. Taking human lives is a major thing. Does drug trafficking warrant death? Drug trafficking does not warrant death, but drug trafficking should warrant death. It does not, but it should. And I say that because they're dealing death. They're delivering death. They're selling death. You know, they are applying death. Everything about trafficking drugs equals death. So how come the president has to be the bigger person in this situation? How come the president has to just continue to go idly, just sit idly by and allow this stuff to happen? What in the world am I missing? All right. So again, this one right here, Factory Reset. Factory Reset says, again, Trump is going against civilized norms. We know he loves the death penalty, and now he is executing people off the coast of Venezuela based on suspicions. Imagine if every country started blowing up civilian ships in international waters. Murderous bully. Question. In the last administration, what exactly did Biden do to prevent drugs from coming to our country? I know what he did to expedite it. I know what he did to make it even worse. He completely opened up the borders. He wasn't watching Venezuela. He wasn't watching whether or not they were sending all of these drugs over to our country. He didn't care about the drug deals being handled. As a matter of fact, when Texas decided to secure their own border, the federal government threatened them and said, move out the way, we got this. They didn't have anything, but they definitely threatened them to move out the way. So I don't get exactly what they're trying to do. Do they want the border to be open? Do they want drugs to flood our country? Exactly what do they want to happen? How come everybody's acting as if they are lawyers against Trump? I don't get that, man, at all. Why are they acting like they're lawyers against Trump? Like they're trying to take him down for doing something about it. So everybody got an issue with this, but this brother, man, and I can't show it obviously, but he saw that he saw the boat moving. They were already tracking it. They tracked it down. And then they showed another angle. And while this bad boy was in the waters, they struck and they hit. I'm not certain how much drugs was on that boat. I'm not certain how many people were on that boat. You know what I mean? We are all receiving it from an unclassified, from an unclassified point of view based off of what they tell us. But at the end of the day, somebody got to do something about it. It just is what it is, man. And I like the fact that we're not only, talking about it, we're actually doing something about it. We're actually doing something about it. And now people are pissed. I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. Yeah, I really don't get it. I thought we were all Americans and we wanted America to win. But apparently America first is not a big deal to some people. Some people are like, man, screw that. We don't care. You know what I mean? America is bullies. America can always bullying other people. If that's the case, then go stay in another country. I mean, do that. How about you do that? That would be great. Just go ahead and live in another country and just fix it for everybody. All right? And then we already talked about the whole Chicago thing, and I'm not going to stress the point or anything like that. We already played clips of the lieutenant governor blaming Trump for the crime in Chicago. We played clips from the Governor Pritzker, blaming Trump for the crime in Chicago. We played a clip last night of the mayor literally blaming red states for the guns that are coming from the red states over to Chicago, not accepting any accountability whatsoever. And now we have Lori Lightfoot, who is saying the same exact thing. And I'm only bringing this in because it seems like every time the president does something to try to make things right, try to make things better, it's always us going against each other. And it's extreme politics is what it is. They don't care about cleaning up their cities. They don't care about preventing the drugs from flooding our cities, from flooding our country. They don't care about the people who are dying from them at all. They don't care about the guns that everybody's buying illegally and shooting each other. Only guns they care about are the ones that are purchased legally directly from the damn stores with your ID, because those are the ones that they say commit the mass murders. 50 something people were shot over the weekend in Chicago. And this is a regular weekend in Chicago, but 50 something people were shot in Chicago. And I believe 7 to 9 people were killed. And none of those were mass shootings like they will say they are, because you need an AR-15, you need to be a white man, and you need to be a Republican in their minds. You need to be a conservative white man who loves the NRA, love your guns, love your Second Amendment. And those are the only people who are purchasing these high power rifles and going to schools and randomly shooting them up. When we saw that 7 out of 10 of the last mass shooters were all liberal nuts. They were liberal nuts and liberal quacks. But here's Lori Lightfoot doing what she does.
If he really cared about violent crime, go after the gun manufacturers who are just mass producing these weapons and have no liability or accountability. Go after the gun stores that know that they're selling to straw purchasers that flood into our city. Pass common sense gun reform that we have been begging for decades. Those are the kinds of things that actually would make a meaningful difference in violent crime. He's not talking about any of those things. He will not do any of those things because this is not about violent crime. It's about something else.
What is it about, Lori? She said it's not about violent crimes to the president. It's about something else. Exactly. What is it about? What is it about? I would love to know what it's about. Y'all calling her Beetlejuice. Don't, y'all are so mean. Y'all are something else. What is it about, Lori Lightfoot? Because to me, it's about violent crime. If it's about anything else, it's about politics. What they just want to do is just shut down the NRA, period. And that's it. They want to shut down the NRA. That's it. And then when the NRA is shut down, they're still going to have something else to complain about. This is what people do. They just want to complain. But they don't ever want to put in any work to fix the issue. Or they just want to just comfort the people with something quick that doesn't really solve the issue, but it make people feel good, make people feel protected. You know what I mean? And that's not cool at all. That's not cool. And when one person takes action, then you want to ostracize them and make them feel bad about it. Y'all are so mean, man. Y'all are something else. I'm over here talking about crime and all this other stuff and trying to be serious. And my chat are doing nothing but talking about Beetlejuice and her forehead and saying Beetlejuice 3 times and all this other stuff, man. Y'all are something. Y'all are something. We supposed to be the grown-ups here. Jeez Louise, y'all are something else. Jesus. Y'all talking about her eyebrows and everything. We don't. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Y'all are something else, man. All right. Ilhan Omar. Let's talk about the one and only Ilhan Omar, who's taken a couple of pages out of the book of Nancy Pelosi, and Hillary Clinton, and others. But just to remind you guys how she first started to come into play. It was from this video right here, when people were talking about how she married her brother in order for him to stay in the United States. In case you don't know what I'm talking about this right here.
Well, there's a lot of talk about the fact that she was married to her brother. I know nothing about it. I hear she was married to her brother. You're asking me a question about it. I don't know, but I'm sure that somebody would be looking at that.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar spent the last 2 years denying serious allegations that she married her own brother so he could stay in the United States.
It's a story that won't go away. Ilhan Omar, Democrat, married her brother, they say. And according to an old report from just about 4 years ago, there's DNA evidence. Now, this is coming from an individual who claims that they acquired DNA, got it tested, and said, oh, hey, look, they're brother and sister. And Ilhan Omar married her brother to help him get legal papers to reside in the United States.
Tell me definitively or not, is Ahmad Elsi your brother?
For the markup?
Yeah. Is he your brother?
We're in the middle of the legislative briefing.
Is he your brother?
We're going to which one?
It's Foreign Affairs. I'll go with you. Can you tell me definitively, yes or no, is he your brother? And why can't you answer that question?
The remarks you gave me earlier.
Why did you refer to him as your child's uncle on Instagram? And why did you lie on court documents saying that you hadn't seen him since 2011, when in fact you'd been talking to him all the time on Instagram?
Sir, we're not doing ambush interviews.
This isn't an ambush.
You can send me an email.
He says, sir, we're not doing ambush interviews. He says, sir, we're not doing ambush interviews. And he said, this isn't an ambush. He said, well, you can send me an email so we can schedule a conversation for this ambush email interview. He wasn't really trying to do an ambush interview. He was just simply pulling up on her because when he did reach out to her, you guys don't reach back. Y'all don't say a daggone thing. Y'all just act as if nothing happened. So now I gotta pull up on you and let you know how I feel about things. All right. But here's what's going on. Let me show y'all this right here. And hit that like button, guys. Thank you again for joining the Morning Vantage episode number 93.
Let me give you the perfect example. How about Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar? In February of this year, she shot down claims that she's actually a millionaire. She wrote, my salary is $174,000 before taxes. I don't have stock or own a home, and I'm still paying off my student debt. So if you're going to lie on something that is public, maybe try checking my financial statements, and you will see I barely have thousands, let alone millions.
This lady says she's still paying off her student debt. She says, if you check my public financial statements, you will see I barely have thousands, let alone millions. Oh, well.
Well, people have checked the public records now. Ilhan Omar apparently has a net worth upwards of $30 million, somewhere between $60 and $30 million. And get this, it's because of companies run and owned by her husband, who in 2023 had a net worth of $51,000. In 1 year, that $51,000 grew from $6 to $30 million. 3,500% growth in 1 year.
Hold on 1 second, gang.
What a good communist. It's always equality for you, elitism for those in power.
Y'all hear that, right? Y'all heard that, right? This lady, I don't know why she lies so daggone much, but I do know that she made sure that Somalia got billions of dollars in financing. I know that much. And if she'll lie about this, what else is she lying about? Here's the thing. It takes nothing for you to say, my husband and I are doing very well in our company. We are doing some great things. We've been able to go from $51,000. Look, what people fail to realize that we celebrate success in the United States. If it's actual success. If you have a success story that you can lift somebody else up with, tell your story, especially since all of your constituents that you represent, you want them to be lifted up and feel like they can do major things in the United States. You want people from Somalia to be able to come over to the United States and start new lives. Don't you want them to know that you can gain some success if you do things the right way? Tell your story. People have been saved and healed by the power of our testimony. That's in Revelations right there. And the blood of the Lamb. Don't leave that part out. But if you tell your story, it can help so many people rather than trying to hide and act as if people can't read and they won't go and look at your information, because they will. They will go and look at your information. You can say we've come a long way. I was $45,000 in debt in 1999. With the money that I made and the money that my husband made, we started our own business, and we've been able to gain some success. 2 to 3 years in us running this business, we were at a net worth of $5 million. And just last year, a couple of things happened in our favor that moved us up to 20 million. To God be the glory. That right there is something to be excited about. Like, your testimony can help so many people believe in themselves and just try things. And you can actually give them the cheat code or the blueprint as to how you did it. But now everybody's going to be going into your finances, trying to figure out, why did you lie? You just now said just recently that you're only worth $174,000. My salary, and this was February 10th of 2025. February 10th. It'd be different if she said this a few years ago. But February 10th, 2025, you said my salary is $174,000. I'm still in debt. I barely make thousands, let alone millions. And now you and your family, it shows that you're worth $30 million. Come on, man. That's a huge damn jump. That's a huge jump. Now, I'm trying to tell her to play it from a positive perspective, a positive point of view, by simply telling her own story, not necessarily getting out in front of it, because that's negative. I'm not talking about getting out in front of it. I'm talking about being honest about your success, because in the United States, we actually celebrate people's success. But Democrats are taught to demonize success, to demonize people who have a certain level of success. And that's unfortunate. That's highly unfortunate. So Ilhan Omar, man, I don't know what's going on, what type of Nancy Pelosi play that you're running, but you're being extremely disingenuous to the people who support you and the people that you need to be held accountable for, in my opinion. That's in my opinion. Now, I do know that they say that she married her brother. If you married her brother to bring him in, you're trying to be shady and all the other stuff. I don't know what to say about that. I wouldn't have done it. I won't marry my brother. I won't marry my sister. But I don't know what you were advised to do. I don't know what type of situation your brother was in Somalia that you had to hurry up and do something to bring him over. I don't know any of that. And I'm sure that you didn't believe that you would be found out about, like somebody will find your dirty laundry, but they did. And now we're here. So that's unfortunate, man. Unfortunately, one of the heroes of the right, MTG, is somehow or the other is worth $22+ million. And Congress, 4+ years, drained the swamp. Shout out to Staten 2033. Trump is working on draining the swamp, but I believe, unfortunately, some of the people in the swamp are beneficial to him, and he's letting them breathe until they're no longer necessary. That's just how I believe that's working. The swamp will always be the swamp. The swamp took centuries to build. It's not going to be destroyed in 4 years. That's just not how that works. All right. And now the Democrats are begging for them to release the Epstein files, when we just now saw Dana Bash on CNN just yesterday say that it's all politics. It's all about making conservatives feel uncomfortable. That's the only reason why they're bringing it up. And she also admitted that if they really wanted to put the Epstein files out there, they could have done it during the Biden administration, but they chose not to. The reason why they chose not to is because most of them are complicit. Most of them are not protected. That's the reason why Biden gave all of these individuals pardons before they even committed a crime, allegedly, before they committed a crime. So thank you so much, Staten. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, brother. I think that's a brother. I believe that's a brother. Yeah, I think that's a brother. All right. So Ilhan Omar, you are in the sugar honey iced tea, baby girl. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're in the sugar honey iced tea. Check this out right here. Representative Ilhan Omar's net worth skyrockets to as much as $30 million in the last 7 months, because in February, she said that she didn't have thousands in the bank, let alone millions. So this had to happen in the last 7 months. Maybe they hit the lottery. I don't know. Maybe they did something drastic to turn their situation around, but they did it. The disclosure filed in May shows the far left squad lawmaker and her husband, Tim Minette, experienced a roughly 3,500% increase in net worth last year compared to 2023. Good Lord Jesus. How come the evil people are always the ones that come across money? Please let me know one thing that you would buy or one thing that you would take care of right now if you came across $10 million in the next month or the next couple of months? Please let me know in the chat. What would you purchase? What would you take care of? What would you square away in your household or in your family if you had 30% of what they brought in? Just let me know that in the chat. Simply, I like this answer, Nelly. Nelly said, simply my family. Simply my family. I'd buy my first home, and it would be something around $500,000. Yeah, I like that. Let me see here. I will pay off my debts and invest in stocks and save the rest. If I have to sell my soul and get on my knees for it, I don't want it. I hear you on that one. If I had 10 million, I'd give about 3 mil. I'll give about 3 mil to it to help. I'll give about 3 million of it to help fund new missions and support priests who take no salary. Much love to you, Bad Intro. Nice seeing you, brother. Yeah. I will pay my house off and buy another. Yeah. My daughter's college debt. Oh, hey, that's the first thing that she'll take care of. Let me see. My healthcare bills. Let me see. Yeah. Hookers and cocaine. Louis B. Fishing says that if he had millions of dollars, he would buy hookers and cocaine, and then he'll take the family on a vacation after he buy hookers and cocaine. Louis B. Fishing said that. Latrice says she would pay off her home. Me too. I would pay off my house. That's exactly what I do. Buy more land, getting our van fixed to fit our son's wheelchair. Absolutely. Got to make sure that son is taken care of in the family for sure. Pay off bills first, then make. Don't know what else they was about to make, but hey, they was about to make something. I'd pay off house and bless lots of folk just because. Colleen, that is me. That is me. Lord, if you, man, what? So many people will be blessed. Oh my gosh. I would probably bless some people that shouldn't be blessed, like shouldn't receive anything that has to go through the storm themselves. Buy a home and put the rest in savings. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Courtney with a C. Let me see. Secure medical needs and family. Yeah. Get myself a really good wheelchair. Let me see. Evil people come across money because money is the root of all evil. Debris ball 420. The love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money, not money, but the love of money. Okay? Just remember that, because good people make money too. Don't believe that just because somebody has money that they're evil. That right there is a horrible mindset. I just want to let you know that debris ball 420, that is a horrible mindset. Good people make money too. Good people get money first, in my opinion, because the Lord know that we would do the right thing with the money. There's so many good people out here with money that we don't know about, and that we do know about. Like, for instance, Trump got billions of dollars. Is he a bad person or a good person? Elon Musk got billions of dollars. Is he a bad person or a good person? You know what I mean? You can name a bunch of people that you know and love right now who has money, who are good people. So it's not only bad people that come across money. Absolutely take care of my family. A wheelchair. a van for my husband. Y'all are so dope, man. Y'all are really family oriented, and I love it. I love the fact that y'all will always take care of your family. I will square away my husband's medical bills and will help my husband get the surgeries he still need to get. Wow, Katarina, that is awesome, man. Everybody, y'all are so selfless. Like, you're thinking about everybody else but yourself. And I think that's beautiful. And you're the type of person that deserve to come across some money, for real. New house, more acreage, less neighbors close. Good morning, LFR. Mike W., thank you so much, man. I appreciate you being a part of the conversation. And I pray that you get that new house with more acreage. You know what I mean? Let me see. 3 million to the church. Oh yeah. You said you was going so that they don't have to worry about money while they're preaching. A house with a big private yard. That's what I'm talking about, Billy Banger. That's what I'm talking about. I will move to a red state. I will pay my house off, get a divorce, and give my son a good amount to start his life with. Wait a minute. Did you say you would get a divorce? Did you say, Queen Bee, Brandy? Did you say you would get a divorce, Brandy? Really? Come on. Come on, Brandy. You're going to get a divorce just because you came across some money? Brandy said that she would get a divorce because she came across some money. Wow, that is crazy. Wow. That is crazy. I definitely donate money for cancer research, but I'd have to be involved so I know the money is being spent wisely. Absolutely. You become part of the board, and that's the way you'd be involved. Because when you give that money to an organization to take care of it for you, they know how to get it to the proper hands, and you're part of the board of directors that would let them know where you want the money to go. You'd have a major say, but your say won't be the only one, because there's already people locked in for those services. I would tithe to St. Jude's and pay 3 or 4 random kids' college tuitions, then pay off my kids' debts. Wow, that's dope. That is dope. If I had $10 million today, I will randomly, I think I will go back to my high school, Ballou High School, and I will take care of 50 kids' college rides. I will take care of all of their college bills, and then I will take care of 50 more random around the world. So overall, it will be 100 kids. I will take care of their college and tuition and all of those things, just to make sure that they have a better opportunity to do great things in the future. Those people I will go to my old high school first, and then the other 50 would be based off of some other criteria that I come up with, but it will be worldwide. It will be the United States wide. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Hey, Louis B. Fishing, she is a savage, bro. She said when she get her money, she is divorcing that brother. She said, I'm kicking him out. He getting out my damn house. He's getting out my damn house. I go to that special concussion treatment center in Colorado, and hopefully get my post-concussion syndrome cured. I pray that you have that opportunity to do just that, for sure. Let me see here. Let me see. Aren't you married to Jay? Y'all are cute. I remember when you had your dogs. Hey, Queen B, are you married to Jay? She said, yes, sir. That's what I've been going through, man. She said, look, I'm getting rid of this brother. I'm getting up out of here. Brandy is, you playing, man. She's kidding. The love of money is the root of all evil. Money is just a tool. But when people idolize it, they get nuts. Power is a currency. Absolutely, Ginger and Juice. Absolutely, man. You're supposed to love the people and use the money, not use the people and love the money. Huh? Not love the money and use the people. You understand that? You're supposed to love the people and use the money. Use the people to love the people. Use the money to love the people more. All right. Further proof that women never to be trusted. Women are never to be trusted. This is the Queen Bee. Queen Bee, Terran Humanity Project has a message for you. He says, this is further proof that women are never to be trusted, not even your wife. Feminism killed chivalry, love, and marriage. Wow, she is taking the money and running away like Forrest Gump. Queen Bee, they are talking about you. They are locked in. Y'all are hilarious, man. David Wood, I like this answer right here. I would hire Van to help me start a YouTube channel. You don't need millions of dollars to do that. You can do that today. You can do that right now, Jack. Right now. You can do that. Let me see here. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. So Ilhan Omar, they want you to be deported. They say you should be deported. That's what they say. All right. That's how they feel. And that's how I feel. Let me see here. All right. So what else am I sharing with you guys today? So apparently, this just now came out. Epstein victims are planning on releasing their own list. And I want y'all to see this right here, just in case you haven't seen it. Check this out.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Stay tuned for more details on that. Because history is watching, and so are the women who will come after us. Thank you.
Now, check this out. First of all, this lady is something else, ain't she? She is something else. Yeah. This lady is something else. I'm talking about beautiful. Yeah, she's something else. Yeah, she's something else. She's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. She is beautiful. All right, so everybody's clapping right now when they say that we are releasing our own list because we know who was there. We know who took advantage of us. We know. So we're going to put this list together. Everyone's clapping for you right now until you start to put that list out there. You're going to say Obama, and then you're going to lose all of your followers. You're going to lose all of your friends and relatives. You're going to start naming people that are considered heroes to the people that you believe want to hear this information. And then they're going to start ostracizing you. They're going to start doxing you. They're going to start trying to poop all over your name. They're going to start putting your dirty business out there in the streets. They're going to start saying that you deserved it, that you're not a victim, that you weren't a victim then, and you're not a victim now, and that you're lying. And do you have receipts? Do you have proof? So be careful. Beware. A lot of stuff is coming from this. Everybody's clapping and all that other stuff right now because they don't know what names you're about to mention. But as soon as you guys start to mention the names, expect to be bullied online. Just saying. Staten, look for her to be the Clintons' next victim. I'm just saying. Maybe she. Hopefully she won't. Hopefully she won't. But this lady is beautiful. She is gorgeous, bro. She is something. I don't even know her name. We gotta find her. We gotta find her Instagram. I mean, we don't. I'm talking about for you single guys. You single guys need to find her Instagram. I don't want to see it. I done seen enough. I mean, women are beautiful. Who cares? I'm already married. I don't care if she's beautiful. So yeah, there's that. She is a definite hotness. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. Let me see here. So they're putting out their own list. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all. They're like, y'all taking too daggone long. Jen Psaki. Let's see what she has to say. When they was playing games, man. This is how they do. This is how they do, y'all. Check this out.
I think cover up is such a loaded phrase. I never saw that person, not a single time. And I was in the Oval Office every day that was on that debate stage. I'm not a doctor. He was a person who told a very long story in the Oval Office, but that was the case 30 years earlier, right? So how do you differentiate? I don't know. Cover up is a very loaded term. It's a bit of a dangerous term. He had been basically absent from the public eye since last Tuesday. And that absence, and you may have seen this over the weekend if you looked at any social media platform, prompted quite a wave of online speculation about the president's health and well-being. We may never know why Donald Trump suddenly spent a week hiding entirely from the American public. I think cover up is such a loaded phrase.
And this is the thing that makes me hate politics. And I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. Listen, I don't like the flip-flopping. These are some hypocritical ass people, man. The sugar honey iced tea that they do on their networks and whatnot it's embarrassing. I can't believe that they're given the green light to do that. They will go through an entire Biden administration and lie for him, act as if he's well, hate when somebody points out a truth, like just say exactly what it is. You got concerned citizens of our country like, yo, we haven't seen our president in 3 weeks. We haven't seen him in a month. Where is he? He haven't addressed anybody in like the last 3 months. The brother hasn't gotten in front of a daggone microphone and answered questions in the last 6 months. Where is he? What is he doing? Is he still alive? Like, those were real questions that people were asking. And the left, Jen Psaki and all of them, were like, y'all are crazy. I can't believe that y'all are putting this information out there. This is reckless. This is dangerous. What if other leaders see it around the world and they start to believe it? How irresponsible are you guys? Like, this is ridiculous simply because you don't support him. You're being very disrespectful. And now it's all about Trump's health. It's all about Trump's health. You see his hand and you see something white on his hand. Oh, he got some white powder on his hand. He got some white paint on his hand. What's going on with his hand? Oh, he looked like he can barely move. He looked like he's about to fall down. We're waiting for it. Oh, we haven't seen him in 4 days. Where is he? We need to see him. If we don't see him, we automatically assume he's dead. Like, come on, bro. Like, grow the hell up. These people are ridiculous, man. They want you to believe whatever the hell they want you to believe. They're playing games with people, man. This is how you know that these platforms are extremely biased, because they are given the green light to go that way with one person but not with the other, and that right there is completely disrespectful. Just like they said in one of the biggest lies, they said that Kamala was ready to be the president. Kamala was qualified to be the president. Come on, man. I don't get it, but is what it is. It is what it is. Biden used to always be sleeping in his chair on the beach in Delaware. And people were like, man, where the hell is the president? Who's running the country? Like, he can barely speak. You got to walk him around. You got to hold his hand to walk him around. You got to tell him what to say and what not to say. After he's done at a press conference, you got to hold his shoulder and guide him to his chair. When he was at special events, just waving, not even giving a speech, just coming out there and waving, Barack Obama had to guide him off the stage himself. He was still just... And you expect for citizens not to be concerned and want answers? You never see Trump like that. This dude was set and answer questions for an hour from different reporters, whether they were left-leaning or right. He would still have conversations with them. I don't see what the issue. Like, come on, bro. It's not the same. These people are, they're weird. They're very weird. They're very weird. For real. What else? What else did I want to throw at you guys? Let me see here. Oh, yeah. So there's one other topic, just one other topic. So, in this topic right here, so there was 3 teenagers who tried to break into a man's house at 4 a.m. in the morning. The homeowner shot all 3 of them. One of them died right there on the scene, and 2 of them died at the hospital. The family are now making up excuses for their children, saying that they didn't deserve to be treated that way, that they were good kids, that they weren't trying to hurt him, and that the owner of the house had no right to shoot them. So now they're suing for money. You cannot make this sugar honey iced tea up. You cannot make this sugar honey iced tea up. You come to the house, and plus one of the young men fired a shot first. You understand that? So not only do you have somebody kicking your door in, but they're firing around into your home first. What am I supposed to do? I can't shoot the criminals now? Or else I'm the bad guy? Come on, bro. This is ridiculous. Check this out right here if you haven't already.
A homeowner SHOT and killed 3 teenagers who were breaking into his house. Now their parents have filed charges against the homeowner, demanding that he be arrested. According to the police investigation, the 3 individuals were Isaiah Reed, 16 years old, Jaime Hernandez, 15 years old, and their 16-year-old accomplice. At 4 a.m., they wore masks and carried guns, attempting to force their way into a homeowner's house. Despite a sign at the homeowner's door stating, "Trespassers may be SHOT," the homeowner quickly took countermeasures to protect himself. All 3 were hit. 1 died on the spot, and the other 2 died in the hospital due to severe injuries. After the incident, the parents of the 3 teenagers demanded that the homeowner be prosecuted, claiming that he had taken their 3 sons' lives and arguing that his counterattack was inappropriate. However, multiple witnesses confirmed that it was the suspect who first shot at the homeowner, and the homeowner only fought back in self-defense. The police also concluded, based on Georgia's self Self-Defense Law and the Stand Your Ground Act that the homeowner's actions were a legitimate act of self-defense.
Let me tell you something. Where was this energy? Hold on. Where exactly was this energy? Right here. This energy right here. Where was this energy at 4 a.m. in the morning? At 4 a.m. in the morning, where was this energy from the mom? Like, it's two 16-year-olds and one 15-year-old. You mean to tell me that you don't know what the hell they're out there doing? Oh, I'm going to stay over my friend's house. Okay. Have fun. Y'all be safe. One of your parents aren't going to be doing a good job parenting. So whatever y'all going to be doing is on them now. Because my son said that he wants to go stay over his friend's house. He goes to stay over his friend's house. His friend don't have any parents doing their job. They're not paying attention to them. They're not raising them properly. They think that it's going to be sweet. We can just go run up in somebody's house and rob them and get some money. And then they end up dying. And now people are doing press conferences, giving speeches, talking about they shot them wrong. They was wrong. They was in the wrong. Come on, bro. This dude is defending he's defending his property. He's defending his family. He's defending himself. Because one thing I do know is these young people, they don't want to go to jail. So what would they do to not go to jail? They will kill you to not go to jail. They will unalive you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this, but if one of your sons come to my house in the middle of the night trying to break in my house, he's going to have a hot pocket in his ass. His pockets will be burning up. His shoulders or whatever I hit, they will be burning up. They will be hot. And you be lucky if I don't let them in and then lock them in. Because if I do that, it's going to be even worse. He knew what he was doing. He let them babies in and he didn't let them out. Nah, I called the police. After I tortured their punk asses. I will waterboard your son. Let them try to kick my dad. I will waterboard them bastards. What? You ain't even got to charge me for no gun crime. I will waterboard all of their little asses. Tie them up and I will daggone put little cuts in their ankles and let them bleed out. Like, don't play with me and my family. For real, man. That's crazy. And how you going to go after the person? You cannot go after the person who's the victim. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I understand that you're sad that your family member is unalived, that they did something that didn't bring them back. But guess what? It's not the homeowner's fault. It really isn't. They will be in that bad boy squirming, praying to get out. I will have it on my camera that y'all kicked the door and y'all broke in here. That's like breaking into prison. You want to break inside of Alligator Alcatraz? Then feel free. You're going to get your ass bit off and you're going to be locked up while you're in here. All courtesy of yourself because you went through the trouble of breaking in. So at the end of the day, that's how I feel about it. I stand on the side of the homeowner. Please let me know if you also stand on the side of the homeowner or if you stand on the side of the young guys. Do you think that the homeowner went too far? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. For anybody that need help with YouTube content creation, reach out to me so we can get it done. All right. I was waiting until I hit 1 million subscribers before I started really coaching people. And then when I started coaching people and giving them information so that they can move to the next level, it actually helped. I would love to help you out as well. Just make sure you get that course that's underneath the descriptions, very first link. Or email me with the word coach so we can get it done. A few people have been emailing me the word coach. I have been responding. Your punk ass did not respond. Do not reach out to me if you bull sugar honey iced teaing. All right? If you BSing, don't reach out to me. If you really want to grow on YouTube, reach out to me because I know some things, all right? But please don't waste my time, and I promise I won't waste yours. Deal? Deal. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. All of my blues, thank you so much for holding the fort down and being so dope. Thank you to all my greens who are my members. What's up, JJ? Much love to you. And shout out to everyone who went the extra mile and sowed the seed in the channel by way of a super chat, buy me a coffee, Cash App, all those things. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. We got to get to our group call. Love you. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.